Okay, so because I can't fall asleep, and it's 3:47 in the morning, I'm gonna make this video. I'm not sure what I'm exactly gonna say in this video. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. But here goes. I'm just gonna start at the beginning. It was the summer of 2009. I was going into sophomore year of high school. I had just finished my freshman year. Freshman year was super easy. I blew through it, no trouble. Had really high grades, possibly the highest grades of my entire school career. It was really great, I was feeling good. Freshman year, piece of cake. And then for some reason, at the end of the summer, my mindset just kind of changed a little bit. Started thinking more negative thoughts, and I don't know, just felt more depressed. I just started feeling depressed, just really bad, and I didn't want to go to school, like at all. I just started thinking like, what is the point of this? There's no point to life. If I go to school and do well and get a good job, what's the point? There's no point. In the end, I'm just gonna die, and it's all gonna be for nothing. Most important thing is being a good person. That's about it. Being successful in life, that doesn't matter. You're just gonna die. I just started getting these thoughts, and I just felt really depressed. But I have to go to school, right? Obviously. I went to school. I was doing everything, but just these thoughts, they just made me like so lazy and unmotivated, and I was completely bored doing work, and I just couldn't do it. My grades were slipping. I was doing a lot worse in basically most subjects. I was just feeling worse and worse and worse. You know, Pretty quickly, my thoughts they started going to suicide, to ending my life, to getting it over with, and you know, I mean, that was the closest I've ever been to killing myself. Sometime in I don't know that somewhere in the beginning of the year, before December at least. I just came up with a plan. I'm just gonna kill myself. Like there's just no point to living anymore. It really isn't. So what I did was after school I didn't come home. No, I came home but I didn't go into my apartment. My mom didn't know I was home or anything. I just climbed up to the roof of my building, just ready and willing to throw myself off of that roof and kill myself. What did I do? Well, I pussied out. I looked down. If you're gonna kill yourself, don't look down. I just became totally scared. I just looked around in my environment. Just cleared my head out, thought a little bit. This is not a good idea. So I went back downstairs, still depressed. Obviously, depression's not gonna go away like that. I'm alive, and I just went back home, washed my hands because they were dirty, because the ladder was dirty as heck. Washed my face, cleared my head, sat down, just acted like everything was normal. Yeah, all that. You know, depression wasn't gone, so I was in school. Everything was bad. My first report card came out, or whatever. They weren't the best grades. My parents were like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" My sister was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Sister's like, my sister's an adult. She said that. Not very good grades. And in February, I had this big paper to do. It was gonna be most of our grade, or like 30% or something. Not most, like 30%. A huge portion of our grade. It was a big paper. I just didn't do it. I, I mean, I didn't even try. Like, I just felt like, what's the point? I just felt really depressed. I just had no motivation to do it. I didn't. Obviously, my parents got angry at me. The teacher was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" You know, and eventually what happened was the teacher gave me a second chance. I did the paper. I actually did a pretty good job on it, but because it was really late, he took off a bunch of points, and I didn't fail, but not the best grade. But I passed the class. Everything was okay, I guess. But in physics, also this depression year, I did not do my homework because of that. My test grades suffered. A lot of times I was falling asleep in class just because I stayed up so late, and that was a really boring class. It really it seemed like the only class I was like excelling in was pre-calculus, which I was pretty happy for. But I actually wanted to do that class. Like, just I was interested in it. I was motivated to like actually try and get good grades. And a few classes were kind of easy, and I didn't really need to try that much. You know, really where I lacked was in that one class with the paper and physics. Just I borderline passed that class because the teacher's really nice. I got a 65 and just yeah. So my guidance counselor called me up, of course, asking, "Hey, what's going on? Why are your grades slipping?" We talked a little bit. I mentioned how I'm having suicidal thoughts and I'm depressed and I don't understand what the point is to life. And she was like, "Oh, you gotta live your life. If you do work, I'm sure you'll feel better. You'll feel successful. You will feel good." I said I'd think about it. I did, but I didn't see her point. I continued to not care. And for physics, I had to do a big paper. You know, if you don't do this paper, you fail, basically. Actually, I was thinking for that other class, if you don't do the paper, you fail. But yeah, for physics, I had to do the paper. If you don't do the paper, you fail. And I didn't do the paper again. I just could not bring myself to do it. Just completely depressed, unmotivated, did not want to do it. So I didn't. And what happened? Well, the weird thing is, the teacher didn't do anything. Like, he talked to me about it a few times, but he didn't call my parents or nothing. And he even passed me for the class, which, when I got the report card, I was just shocked. I mean, in physics, right? I mean, I wasn't doing well, but I kind of studied a little bit for the Regents, and when I took the Regents, it was basically like final exam. And the actual final exam, I did okay. Actually, I did really well. I got a 92. And then for the Regents, I got an 85. And yeah, considering that I passed the class second trimester with the 65, and then the third one with the 72, a 92 on the final, and an 85 on the Regents, that is pretty good. But so yeah, now it's the ending of summer. School year is gonna start soon, and I'm still depressed as heck. I'm just unsure what I'm gonna do in school. Just I'm probably gonna go in there, do nothing and fail. Get yelled at by my parents, get yelled at by my teachers, probably get my scholarship taken away because I go to private school. Then because I don't have a scholarship, I can't afford to pay for it. I go to some really bad school with really bad kids, get stabbed and die. Or, if that doesn't happen, I'll do really badly in school, not go to college, end up being a bum. I mean, really, it's just, I'm depressed and, yeah, I'm not motivated at all. And yeah, that's basically my story. Like, just how everything happened in the past year. And maybe next video I'll explain, like, why I feel depressed and stuff. And what exactly I feel and whatnot. Yeah.